If someone told you they were expanding into Europe and then admitted they had one single strategy for Greece, for Germany and for Italy, you'd probably raise an eyebrow. But people say it about Asia a lot. We're going into Asia. We're expanding into Asia. I want to start a career in Asia. I've been living in Shanghai for over 10 years, managing Asia-Pacific markets and hosting a podcast about international business. And this is still the most expensive mistake I see people doing when talking and doing business with Asia. Asia is not one market, and in this video I will tell you why. Asia is home to about 4.7 billion people, thousands of languages, major world religions, and political systems ranging from liberal democracies to authoritarian states, all shaped by long and distinct cultural histories. And yet, from the outside, Asia can look uniform. Dense cities, tech-forward environments, hard-working populations. So the assumption creeps in that the underlying business logic must be similar too. Wrong. The other reason this happens is time pressure. Companies entering new markets want a playbook that scales. A single Asia approach is appealing. Fast, efficient, clean, and again, wrong. The cost of this mistake isn't always immediate. Sometimes it shows up in a partnership that never quite gets off the ground, a hire that doesn't work out, a product launch that works in Singapore and fails completely in Vietnam, a negotiation in Tokyo that you thought went well and then heard nothing from for 3 months. Every one of those situations has a diagnosis, and that diagnosis almost always includes this. They treated Asia like one market. Let's start with China, the market most foreigners think of first, and the one most frequently misunderstood. The first thing you need to understand about China is Guanxi. Guanxi is a system of relationships, obligations, and reciprocal trust. It's not networking, it's structured social currency. In China, deals don't start with a pitch deck. They start with a relationship. And that relationship is built through time. Shared meals, small favors, follow-through, and consistency. So here is what sets China apart from, say, Japan. Once trust is in place, things move fast. Chinese business culture is entrepreneurial and highly adaptive. Decisions that might take months in a Japanese organization can happen in days in China. That creates the central tension for any foreigner doing business in China. You need the patience to build the relationship and the decisiveness to move the moment the window opens. Move too slowly and you lose credibility. Move too fast before the relationship is there and you may never get the chance at all. Japan operates on a completely different logic. Where China rewards speed once trust is established, Japan rewards patience, process, and precision at every single stage. Two concepts explain Japanese business decision-making better than anything else. The first is Nemawashi, the informal behind-the-scenes process of building consensus before any formal meeting takes place. By the time a proposal reaches the boardroom in a Japanese company, the real work has already been done. In corridors, over lunch, in one-on-one conversations between the people who matter. If you walk into a Japanese business meeting expecting to make a decision there, you've already misunderstood the room. The second is Ringisho, the formal document approval process that follows. Multiple stakeholders, multiple sign-offs, each one with genuine weight. Rushing either of these processes doesn't speed things up, it signals disrespect, and it almost always backfires. One more thing. In Japan, politeness is not agreement. A counterpart who tells you, "That's very interesting," or "We will consider it carefully," is almost certainly not saying yes. Learning to read what isn't said is half the job. Korea tends to get grouped with Japan in Western thinking. Similar region, similar aesthetics, both highly developed. This is a very surface level approach, and it's wrong. The business cultures are fundamentally different, and confusing the two will cost you. Korean corporate culture is shaped by the chaebol system, large family-controlled conglomerates like Samsung, Hyundai, and LG that dominate the economy and set the cultural norms for how business is done. This creates a highly hierarchical environment. Seniority matters. Decisions flow from the top down. You address people correctly. You defer appropriately. You understand where everyone sits in the room. But, and this is the key difference from Japan, Korea combines that hierarchy with extraordinary pace. There's a concept called Ppalli Ppalli, which means hurry hurry, and it is baked into Korean culture at every level. Once a decision is made at the top, execution is expected to be fast and visible. For foreigners, that means holding two things at once, navigating strict hierarchical protocols while matching the energy and speed the culture expects. It's a calibration, and it takes time to get right. Southeast Asia is probably the most diverse sub-region of all, and yet it's consistently treated as a single block. Condensing it into one section of this video simply doesn't do it justice. I'll delve into it in a future video. Vietnam is a rapidly growing manufacturing and tech hub. Young population, strong national identity, business culture that rewards relationships but moves faster than most foreigners expect, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. Indonesia is the world's fourth most populous country, the largest Muslim majority nation, and one of the most complex regulatory environments in the region. Regional diversity within Indonesia alone is enormous. A business approach that works in Jakarta doesn't automatically travel to Surabaya, let alone to Bali. Singapore operates largely on Western business norms and is used as a regional headquarters precisely because it's the most internationally readable market in Southeast Asia. But don't mistake Singapore for the region. Thailand, the Philippines, Malaysia, each with its own cultural logic, its own communication style, its own relationship to authority. A Southeast Asia strategy that doesn't account for these differences isn't a strategy. It's a guess dressed up as a plan. So, what does this mean for you practically? Before you enter any Asian market, to study, to work, to build something, invest in country-specific knowledge, not region-level generalizations. Not Asia is relationship-based. Not Asia is hierarchical. The specific cultural, business, and relational dynamics of the country you're entering. That means understanding how decisions are made there, what trust looks like there, what communication style works there, what a yes actually means there. This is what Asia with Leonardo helps you build. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to go deeper, the Asia with Leonardo newsletter does exactly that. It's free, it's practical, and it's everything I wish someone had given me before I got on the plane to Shanghai. Link in the description. See you in the next one.